I just got back from watching Air. Now, this is a film that I think I only first saw the trailer for like a week ago because it's made by Amazon, and yet it's got one of the best casts that you could think of. We got Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, we got Marlon Wayans in a small role, we got the main character, Matt Damon. The plot of this film is basically the main character works for Nike. He's trying to revitalize the basketball division of Nike because they are losing massively to Converse and Adidas, and they want to sponsor Michael Jordan. However, Michael Jordan wants nothing to do with Nike, and he only wants Adidas. But Matt Damon's character thinks that something else should happen. And the premise is they're trying to create the Air Jordan shoe line that will go on to 40 years later have made billions of dollars for everybody involved. And it's weird to say this, but this might genuinely have been one of the best films that I've seen this year at all. And I have seen pretty much every film that has released this year so far. I would say my top 3 films this year so far have got to be Air, Creed 3, and John Wick 4. This film was rated R, which means that it was able to get away with anything. There is literally a segment in this film where they go on a massive tirade about Adidas being ran by a Nazi. Because of being rated R, they were able to take the comedy further than they otherwise would have done. And the entire screening was laughing. There was like a couple at the back left that really wouldn't stop laughing, like no matter what, and they were a bit annoying. Like at one point, a character in this film made a slush puppy in a gas station, and they like laughed, and I was like, was that supposed to be funny? It definitely wasn't. But aside from them just cackling at everything, everybody was laughing because the film was genuinely really funny. A film that is a biopic that is funny is rare. Although I think we should just cast Matt Damon in more biopic roles, because Matt Damon's the main character here, steals the show. Matt Damon and Christian Bale were the main characters in Ford versus Ferrari, another biopic, stole the show. Biopics of recent years have been really good. Between Elvis, Ford versus Ferrari, House of Gucci, and now Air. Keep making them, you know. I would love one for, like, I don't know, Bruce Lee. That'd be cool. Jackie Chan. Like, Jackie Chan's getting on age. We could do a biopic for him soon, surely. Like, that man has done some good for the world. Interestingly enough, when I went to the cinema today, we went to see it in a Limitless screening. So it meant that literally everybody in there had the Limitless pass, and it was a preview. Like, I don't think the film is even out for another week yet. And because of this, they had a security guard on the front door that, as you went into the screen, was ordering everybody to turn their phones off, which was great because that should be the rule in every screen, no matter what the film anyway. But then when the film started, the security guard walked into the screen to go and take a seat for the duration of the film and basically just get paid to watch the film because everybody obeyed the rules for once, because everybody in there was a Limitless member and should know better. I wish every film had the opportunity to have a Limitless screening, because it would make me go grey a hell of a lot slower, because people are rather annoying in the cinema sometimes in terms of not understanding that you stay off your phone and you don't speak. It's not rocket science, and yet people seem to struggle. But on the side note of this security guard, as he walked into his seat, he fell up the stairs, which kind of ruined his air of intimidation that he was probably going for, because you can't really fall up the seats and recover from that. But I honestly think this is another example of why cinema isn't dying. People like to say that cinema is dying, everything's about streaming these days, when a film made by Amazon themselves was able to release in a theatre or a cinema and be fully packed with people that have got the exclusive membership, shows that regular people would have gone to see this film as well. Like, when this film comes out like properly next week, I truly hope that it makes a lot of money, because it's a great film, one of the best of this year, really funny, enjoyed it. Like, it's not a sequel, it's not a superhero film, it's just a standalone thing that the people who made it cared about, and you don't get this very frequently these days. I truly don't think that cinemas and things like that are going anywhere. Like, no matter what people say, when a film that is good can release and still make hundreds of millions, if not the possibility to make $1 billion, I don't think the industry is going anywhere. No film that gets released to streaming exclusively immediately when it is released does well. Every single film goes to streaming at release and just dies. Look at all of the Pixar and Disney films that keep going straight to Disney Plus and just nobody cares. You're never going to get a Finding Nemo of this generation that went straight to streaming. It's not going to happen. Cinemas, there's always going to be a place for cinemas. I think the big holdback is people being able to afford it, because cinema tickets are getting expensive. Like a regular cinema ticket at my cinema is like £19 most days, or like we have the Limitless membership, which is 14 quid a month, and because we go a few times a week, it's well worth it. Like I remember when I was a kid, it was like £5 to go to the cinema, and now not the case. Which makes it even more shocking when people go to the cinema and talk. It's like you have spent, like, for example, if you go to the cinema and there is a whole group of people and they just sit there talking throughout the film or on their phones, it doesn't make any sense to me. Each one of those people has paid nearly £20 per head to be in there. So just a party of 4 people that are talking is already at least 80 quid buy-in fee to go and see the film. And then they've all got a popcorn each. That adds at least another tenner a lot of the time. Then if they've got a Tango Ice Blast on top of that, now each person's in for like 25 quid. And it's like, or like 35 quid. It's like, good lord, this is a lot of money to be wasting when you could have just stayed at home, put something on Netflix and talk to your friends there and not bother the people that actually care to watch the film. But that's a whole other video topic, I suppose. But yeah, Air is an awesome film. I'd really recommend you guys go and see it if you have the opportunity to. If it's something that interests you even slightly, if you care at all about Nike or basketball or Michael Jordan, honestly, I don't really care about any of those 3 things. I just think it's a good film, which means that people who do care about those things are going to be incredibly happy about it. Like, if any of those topics are something that you are passionate about or have an interest in, you're going to love this film even more. Because if somebody like me that doesn't really care about those 3 things can enjoy it as much as I did, you're in for a treat. Like, my extent of caring about these things is pretty much just Space Jam because of Michael Jordan being in that. Like, I remember being a young child and not knowing the difference between Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. Because until I saw them, and all I'd done is heard about them, I don't know the difference. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you guys later.